This is Ruthie at Tell Me, and we're sitting with Marjorie Cohn, Professor of Human Rights at the Thomas Jefferson School of Law, and she's also the former president of the National Lawyers Guild. She's authored several books, but the most recent one she's edited is about the United States and torture. She's also working on another book called Drones and Targeted Killing. Welcome to syndicatednews.net. So glad to have you here. This is such interesting work. Marjorie, what's the difference between extradition and asylum?
Extradition is a formal process where a country grants to another country assistance in criminal matters on the basis of either treaties or just on an ad hoc basis. Asylum is when a country offers sanctuary to someone who is at risk or in danger in accordance with that country's obligations under international law.
And what are the grounds for granting asylum?
Under the United Nations Convention on Refugees, a person can be granted political asylum if he can show a well-founded fear of persecution for reasons of political opinion. So if Edward Snowden could show Ecuador or Iceland or Russia or whatever country, whichever country he is applying for political asylum in, then he can be granted political asylum. He just has to show he has a well-founded fear of being persecuted based on his political opinion.
Snowden has more than proven it. What's going to prevent Russia from extraditing Snowden back to the United States?
Well, there is no extradition treaty between Russia and the United States. A country can refuse extradition, can refuse to extradite someone when it involves a political offense. Espionage is a political offense. And since Edward Snowden has reportedly been charged with 3 felonies under the Espionage Act by the United States government, that would qualify. In addition, the Convention Against Torture, which both the United States and Russia have ratified, has a provision called non-refoulement, and that means that no country can extradite a person to another country where there are substantial grounds to believe that he would be in danger of being subjected to torture. Now, Bradley Manning, another whistleblower, was subjected to torture for the first 9 months of his confinement when he was in Virginia in a military brig. He was held in solitary confinement, and many people refer to solitary confinement as torture because it could result in hallucinations, catatonia, suicide. So since Bradley Manning was tortured and he is a whistleblower, Edward Snowden could make out a case that if he were sent back to the United States, he would be in danger of persecution, that is torture as well.
What's the relationship between asylum and extradition?
Well, asylum actually trumps extradition. So if there are grounds for political asylum under the Refugee Convention, then a country should grant political asylum and not extradite someone. Extradition should not be undertaken if it would violate a fundamental human right. And the right to be free from torture and cruel treatment is a fundamental right.
Marjorie, thanks so much for joining us. Marjorie Cohn's books are available here on syndicatednews.net.